Hey, what's up guys, it's your boy the Fish for the Win here. Today we're going to be looking at the top 4 US practice servers, and obviously I did a video just like this about 2 months ago. If you guys have seen it, you might know, but basically this is kind of like an update to that one. And since a lot of the servers that I did back then have kind of been overtaken by some other servers, and some of them have actually closed down, so I wanted to update this one for you guys. And obviously these picks are just my opinions, and you guys can obviously form your own opinion in the comments below, and you guys can tell me your lists of the top 4 US servers. But either way, I hope you guys enjoy this list. Let's move straight to the first one. So my number 4 pick is gonna be high PvP, and you guys might remember from the previous servers list, this was one of them. And the reason why I'm putting it on again is because it's still a great server. It hasn't died like a lot of the other servers on the previous servers lists. But either way, this server is a pretty big one. It always has players on, even if you go on in the morning or at night, there's always like 30 players at least. And at day, there's pretty much like 400 players. So there's always people to duel, and that's fun. The server has really good staff as well, and a very decent anti-cheat. You don't really see too many hackers on here, but yeah, that's something that I really like. And also, this server has a really unique Red Rover system. You basically cannot have other people interfering with the 1v1s on Red Rovers. I'm pretty sure this server was the first one to implement like a full-on new Red Rover system and not just like a free-for-all thingy. But also another kind of a special mention for this server is that it has really good build UHC duels. I know that this list is about pot PvP, but I just can't leave it without mentioning that this server probably has the best build UHC fights that I can imagine. Even better than Badlion. A lot better than Badlion actually. And like the knockback is just really smooth for build UHC, and the rods register really well. Also, the bowing is like actually incredible how well they've like made it so that there's literally no bow delay. I don't know how they did that. It's pretty much like playing single player and bowing on there, and like there's literally no delay. It's quite incredible how they've done that, but I'm not gonna question it honestly. So another thing that some people might like, but I personally don't exactly like too much, is the fast pot thingy on here. Basically, pots register almost instantly, even if you aren't a native player. If you have like 120 ms, your pots are still gonna register very fast, and I guess that's good for EU players that want to play US. But I'm not a big fan of it because it just kind of makes potting a bit too easy. And also, something a little negative about this server is that the KB is kind of a bit low-ish for my taste, and I would like that knockback to be a bit higher, so people actually took knockback, for example, on EU, but they just don't right now. So that's why I kind of find myself as an EU player playing on US, because that's where I deal knockback and I take knockback, and it's just a lot more balanced. But it's always a good pick to go on high PvP and try and play there. But this is the number 4 pick. Let's move to the third one. So my number 3 pick is gonna be Zonix. Now, this server came out a couple of months ago, and since then it's always been a really good server, and it's always had a big player base because a lot of players really seem to enjoy the knockback on here. And this is a US server, but a lot of EU players are actually really good on here, and probably the top 3 players on here are actually EU. And it seems to me that EU players are kind of getting a little bit of an advantage on here in terms of the knockback, because the knockback is so low that a lot of EU players are actually dealing more knockback than US players are. And it's kind of hard to explain. You just kind of have to experience it. But if you have a very good connection like a lot of US players have on here, you take very smooth knockback, and you're pretty much a lot easier to combo than a lot of EU players. That's just kind of my opinion. But and my perspective, since I'm an EU player. But either way, the server has really good staff and a really good anti-cheat. I don't really see any hackers on here, and if I do, I usually see them getting banned after like 30 seconds. So that's a big positive, big plus in my opinion. And also the knockback, it could be a bit higher in my opinion. This would kind of fix the fact that EU players are getting an advantage on here. And the reason why I kind of put this above high PvP in my list is because a lot of good players seem to enjoy this server a bit more than high PvP. But in my opinion, high PvP is a little bit better in terms of knockback and in terms of like features that the server has. But that's just my opinion, and honestly, I would put the community opinion before mine in this case, and that's why I put this on the 3rd place. So my number 2 pick is gonna be Vexer, and this server, even though it may not be the biggest server out there or the least laggy server out there, this honestly has the best knockback and the smoothest hit reg for me personally, and I personally like to play on here since I just get very good hits on people. I don't know, it may be different in your case, since everybody takes a little bit different knockback, and my knockback just works really well on here, and some really good YouTubers agree with me, like for example DJ Tasty, he liked to play on here, and he agreed that the knockback is actually very smooth and balanced, and I just personally like the server a lot. Some bad things that I have to say about the server would be that the anti-cheat isn't the best. It really seems that people can freely use Killora if they want. It doesn't really seem to give alerts for that, but if you start fly hacking blatantly, usually the anti-cheat kind of helps with that, but it seems that people can use vape and stuff pretty easily, but obviously there's always staff. Some staff members kind of have had a little bit of questionable decisions on me especially, but a lot of the higher staff are actually really smart and really helpful, and I've had good experiences with them, but that's the reason why this is the number 2 pick. I just personally really like to play on here in terms of pot PvP, and it seems like the knockback works the best for me. But obviously you guys might have different opinions, and you can tell me in the comments below what you think of this server. So let's move to the first one. So the number 1 pick may have been a little obvious, but this is the server right now. It is MineHQ pot PvP. And basically, this server has a lot of good reasons why this is the number 1 pick. Honestly, hands down, right now it has the best US knockback out there. Like, you just can't deny it. It is really balanced for the US players. It obviously gives an advantage to the native US players instead of giving it to the EU players, and even though I kind of don't like that since I'm an EU player, I have to give them that it is the best knockback out there. It's approved by the owner Stimpy, and he's probably considered the best PvPer out there, so honestly you can't really argue with that. Also, the pot delay, I personally really like it because it's not too fast. You actually have to be good at potting, and you have to hit the pot to gain the hearts from it, and you can quick drop people pretty easily if they don't know how to pot, and I really like that. Also, this server has really good anti-cheat. It seems to ban all the players that are cheating. I haven't really fought any cheaters on here, and it hasn't false banned me so far, so I guess that's good as well. One thing that I have to say against this server is the fact that they pretty much ban you. I'm not sure if they blacklist you or just ban you, but anyways, they ban you if you call the server bad. I almost got like scammed in the chat. Somebody messaged me that, dude, I'll give you a rank if you call the server bad in the chat. He knew that I was gonna get banned if I did that, but I didn't do that. I'm glad that I didn't, but it's kind of funny that they do that. I don't think they would actually have to do that because it's still one of the best servers, or maybe the best server out, but that's just kind of a funny thing that I saw. Yeah, that's gonna be the list for you guys. I hope you all enjoyed. Make sure to slap that like button. Follow me on Twitter if you want to stay updated on all my videos. I pretty much notify everybody on these videos a lot earlier than I do on YouTube on Twitter, so make sure to follow me on there. Also, if you want to see some dank memes, go on Twitter, follow me on there, and I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.